Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Main Event Interviews on MSP Waves Radio. How are you all doing this evening? I go by Main Event on the Steemit platform, and I am joined once again by my co-host, Poetic Snake. How are you doing tonight, Snecky?
Good evening, main event. I'm doing rather well this mighty fine day. What about you?
I'm doing wonderful. It's finally getting a little bit warmer here where I am. It's not below 0 Fahrenheit anymore. We're actually getting some warmer temperatures, so that's been nice. And we're still digging out from our blizzard that we had over the weekend. So,
The
but
snow still there?
oh yes, yep, it's still everywhere. They're still cleaning it up and moving it around. We had well over 20 inches of snow, I'd say. It
That,
seemed like it anyway.
that's a lot.
Yeah. So, no, I hope everybody's doing well out there in Steemit land and on the Steem blockchain, whatever you're doing out there. Hopefully, things are going okay for you. And again, my name is Main Event. I'm here with Poetic Snake, and this is my show I call the Main Event Interview Show here on MSP Waves. And what this show is we bring people on every week who are from the Steemit community, and we get to know them a little better. We kind of just have a general chat with them, we interview them a little, kind of get to know them and find out what brought them to the platform and what they're doing on here. So we try to put a voice to the profile, we like to say, right, Snack?
Absolutely.
And let's see, let's check in with the audience chat room right now because, of course, every week we do chat along with the audience. And you can find that chat room in the Peace, Abundance, Liberty server on Discord chat, which, of course, is the home of the Minnow Support Project. And, of course, within the Minnow Support Project, you'll find MSP Waves Radio, and you'll be looking for the audience chat room. And I see a bunch of people already joining us here in the audience chat. Snack, are you there? Do you see who's out there so far?
I see a few names, yes. I see Stick Champion, and Jack is with us, and Creative Soul, and Angel. It is now is here as well. Oh, and I see Philip.
And a few more people jumping in right now, too, I see. That's awesome. It's great to have you all here. Again, this show airs every Wednesday from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 10 to midnight UTC time on MSP Waves. You can find a full listing of all the radio shows on mspwaves.com. Check out the full schedule. There's a show every day of the week, and they're hosted by different members of the Steemit community. Variety of topics on the shows, and there's probably something for you out there. And if you're interested in being on a show, it's possible as well. So find out more at mspwaves.com. And again, this is the Main Event Interview Show. Welcome to the show. It is January 10th, 2018. And it's great to have you here with us. It's just about 3 minutes past the hour here on the East Coast, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where I am. What time is it where you are, Sneck?
It's 11 p.m.
11 p.m. in the Netherlands.
Yes,
Awesome.
getting close to midnight.
And again, if you're just joining us, what this show is basically an interview show. We get to know people from the Steemit community, find out what brought them here, and a little bit more about what they're working on with their blog, or maybe they're a witness or a community leader or something like that, and they want to talk about the projects they're doing on the Steem blockchain. It's always a lot of fun to get to know people better on here, hear their voices, and just learn more about what brought them to Steemit. And of course, you're welcome to join us on the show sometime. Just send myself, Main Event, a message on Discord or Steemit chat. You can also message Poetic Snake, and we would be happy to bring you on the show sometime. We have a number of
Absolutely.
guests tonight.
Yes, we do.
But first, Sneck, what's going on with you? What have you been working on lately? Their Make a Minnow winner.
The Make a Minnow winner. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy that I won that. Um, that gives me an opportunity to say thank you for that, because that is something that really made a difference for me, and I started a new project because of it. I call it the You Got Snack project.
That's awesome, and that's a curation thing that you're doing, right?
Yes, it's a curation project. look for new members, 2 new members every workday, and I upvote them and leave a comment and put them in a post with a link and tell a little bit about them, and then I go create one more post from my own feed, and then I write a little bit about that as well, and then put that in the post as well, and then I hope that these new members and the older members will get a little bit more following and eyes on their posts.
That's awesome. And they can find your blog on Steem. It's at Poetic Snake.
That's me.
Some people might think you're just on there as Snecky. I don't know, but it's at Poetic Snake.
Yes, at Poetic Snake.
And again, welcome everybody who's joining us in the chat room. It looks like we're getting a few more people joining us, and that is great to see. Happy to have you all here. We may have 3 or more guests on the show tonight. It depends. We'll see how this show goes. We've got a few people lined up, and it's great to have you all here again listening. If you're listening to the recording of this show on my blog, again, you can hear the show live every Wednesday on mspwaves.com from 5 to 7 Eastern or 10 to midnight UTC. Let's go ahead and bring our first guest on the show. If he's ready to go, Spencer Ryan, are you there?
I am.
All right, Spencer, is that what you prefer to be called?
Hey, yeah, that's good.
Okay, cool. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's awesome to be here. I appreciate it.
Welcome to the show, Spencer. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Nikki.
Now, Spencer, whereabouts in the world are you this evening?
I am in Queens, New York on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time.
Okay, awesome. Did you guys get a bunch of snow too, or not?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, outside we have quite a bit of piles of snow. We had a snowstorm a couple of days ago that brought over a foot of snow here, so
Yeah,
we've got our fair share of it.
we got it too, for sure. How long have you been on Steemit so far?
So I've been on Steemit since December. This is actually, I believe it's been a month since today.
All right, and what brought you to the platform? Do you remember how did you find out about it, or what brought you over to Steemit?
Yeah, actually, so my girlfriend, Paula Jane, her brother is really up to date with the crypto world and such, and he actually sent me a link to it, and he was telling me about it. He said, "Hey, there's this new platform. You can post content and get paid with it." I was like, okay, I kind of put it on the back burner until finally he told me one more time, and then Paula was like, "Hey, you need to check this out." So I went ahead to take a look, and I was instantly hooked, instantly interested. So he was really the one who kind of brought me here and basically gave me the opportunity to come on here.
That's awesome. And again, everybody, we're visiting with, it's at Spencer Ryan, all one word, on Steemit. And again, I forgot to do this at the beginning of the show, so we'll just do it right now. Our little disclaimer, of course, MSP Waves Radio and its owners take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host, myself, or my guests. Statements and show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of the radio station, and the material you hear on the show is, of course, for educational and informational purposes only. I will add, for entertainment purposes only. We are not experts of anything. Always do your own research. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can proceed now. I meant to do that at the beginning of the show, but I forgot. So now that that's taken care of. So again, yes, we're visiting with Spencer Ryan right now, and you said it's your wife that's also on Steemit?
Girlfriend, not wife yet.
Oh, okay, sorry. I couldn't remember if you said wife or girlfriend, but your significant other is on Steemit as well, so that's really great, and hopefully we're going to be able to chat with her also later on in the show. What are you doing on the platform, or were you a blogger before Steemit, or what are you kind of doing on the platform now?
It's actually interesting because I never really got fully into blogging, but what I did do was I was more of a vlogger. Actually, late last year, I started vlogging on YouTube. But what I'm basically doing on Steemit right now is just kind of a mixture of vlogging and blogging. Basically more about, photography and cinematography, teaching people, in that aspect, tutorials and things of that nature. So I definitely have a larger vision for what I plan on doing with it. But right now, it's pretty much what I'm putting out, which is just vlogs and some articles here and there.
That's awesome. Now, is her username? What's her username?
It's Paola Jane.
Okay, I just she was in the waiting room chat, and I just moved her into the radio room so that she can listen while we're waiting because I don't think she could hear before. So I just saw her username, so I'm not sure if you're nearby to her or whatnot, but just let her know that. Um, yeah, so no, it's really great to have both of you here, and let's see here. Let me pull up your profile so I can look at that really quick too. And again, everybody, you're listening to the main event interview show here on MSP Waves, and it's great to have everybody here with us in the audience. And Sneck did share your profile in the chat too, so let me pull that up real quick. So you've been doing things on DTube and things like that. So what do you think about that platform so far?
I actually love DTube. I think it's still, I mean, it's new, so it still has a little bit of things to be worked on, but it's really a great platform. I'm 100% behind it. And I think it kind of just, because I mean, it's no, to me at least, it's no secret that it's a lot like YouTube, similar platform, but I think it really kind of takes all the issues that, you know, we have with YouTube and just kind of knocks them out the water. And what I really love is that the fact that with the Steem blockchain, with this platform, with the integrations of Steemit and stuff, people can get paid as content creators, average, ordinary people. And that's something that I think has been missing for a long time on the online world. So I really love it. I'm 100% behind it. And I'm looking to, use it as one of the main platforms that I use in my journey here with Steem.
Yeah, I've dabbled with it a little bit. I've done a couple of videos on there, and it seemed to work fine when I did it. I only uploaded some short videos, but so far it seems to work okay. And yeah, it's great to see all of these different applications being created for the Steem blockchain. I find that part really fascinating that people are able to create these different things, not only just Steem it, the website, but other applications and things like that using the blockchain. I find that pretty fascinating. So you said you hadn't really done much blogging before Steemit, right?
Correct. I had I guess probably the closest thing I could say to blogging was Tumblr. It's probably the closest thing I had.
But now that you're here, do you find yourself creating a lot more content and things than you obviously did before?
Oh yeah, definitely. One of the biggest things that I always wanted to do was become a writer, a published writer at that. And I kind of enjoy writing articles and such. So, being able to just go on Steemit and, put my thoughts out there into words has actually been an awesome outlet for me. And it's really actually given me an opportunity to kind of, you know, pave the path, so to speak, with what I'm doing with Steemit and with DTube. I have a lot more ideas coming down the road for, what I'm going to be doing. So it's definitely been an awesome opportunity for me, and I do find myself creating a lot more content than I would before this.
Yeah, I had the same experience. It's because of Steemit, for me at least, that I started to create even more and more and more because there is so much inspiration you can see on the platform itself by other members.
Absolutely, absolutely, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I never would have thought before Steemit that I'd be doing this radio show right now, and talking to you folks from all over the world, so that's amazing to me. I mean, the power of the Steemit platform and the blockchain and all these things, the potential is amazing, and that's what I find really fascinating about all of it. Uh, it's opening doors for people that may not have been there before. Wouldn't you agree?
I do 100%. It's opening a lot of doors for even people that had tried in other outlets and didn't exactly make it. I think that's an incredible thing as well.
Absolutely. Well, let's check in with the audience here right now. And if anybody has questions for Spencer Ryan, feel free to put those in the chat right now. And so, Spencer, who got on Steem at first, you or your girlfriend?
We would probably argue about this. It was, I mean, technically, if we're gonna speak in a technical sense, it was me because I created my first account, but I did it through, I don't remember what it was called. It was Anon something. Which I actually ended up, funny enough, ditching that account way early in the game and creating a new account. So technically, the account that I used right now was created after her. So we'll give it to her.
Okay, I was just curious. And so later in the show, we'll probably be bringing her onto the show as well, which will be cool. And hopefully she can hear the show now. Okay, like I said, I tried to move her into the audience chat room so she could hear. So hopefully she's hearing us okay. Oh, I see her typing in the chat right now.
She
Yeah,
she wants you guys to ask her.
absolutely, we will. So, Spencer, are there any on Steemit? Of course, you must have joined the Minnow Support Project so far, but have you ventured out into any other groups or anything like that on Steemit so far?
Yeah, actually, so I guess the only other group that I've been in is the Vloggers Guild, hosted by Sir Lunch, the host. I've been in that, but other than that, not really, not a lot.
Hey, though, it's a start. I mean, you just said you joined or got this profile going in December, right? So
Correct.
just not too long ago. Yeah, one thing I'll say is these communities, for me personally, and this is just my opinion, but uh, were really, really helpful to find all the different ones. I mean, Minnow Support Project, of course, which is the group we're in right now, is a wonderful community to be in, to chat with people, to network. You can learn in here, ask people questions, that type of thing. And then there's many others as well that are content specific or, geographically specific. Like I'm in the Steem USA group, things like that. And they're just really great places for you to just meet other people and to interact with them and things like that. So after the show, I'll have to send you a few links to a few good servers that I'm in too, that are great for people here in the U.S.
Great, sounds good. I definitely will be looking forward to that as well.
My Discord list with groups keeps growing and growing and growing.
I know, right? Discord is such a blessing for Steemit and the Steem blockchain right now because so many of us are able to chat and interact with us, because of Discord and Steemit.chat also. I don't want to leave them out, but Discord for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting. The last time I heard about Discord before I actually got on Steam and everything was when it was used more for gaming and such. So, recently when I started looking back into Discord, I was like, wow, this has evolved quite a bit.
Yeah, I think it's the original intention, more or less, for it is a gaming chat, system or whatnot. But it's certainly been a blessing for people using Steem because they're finding a chat place where they can actually talk to each other and things. It would be great if the Steemit.chat could eventually evolve into something a little more advanced, or if another application could be created, maybe, or something that was maybe even tied to the blockchain or something. That's, in my opinion, that would be kind of cool. But for now, Discord is wonderful, and I know I'm grateful to have it and to be able to use it for these different groups and things like that for sure. Now, your vlogs, talk about those a little bit. What do you typically like to vlog about?
So I think that's the beauty of a vlog, anyways, is that you can just kind of put anything in it. It's just, a video documenting you as you go around. But more specifically, what I really tend to gear, or what I really, tend to talk about in my vlogs is cinematography and photography. I kind of have a specific style the way I go about it. So if I'm doing something interesting that day, or if I want to talk about something that I'm using or some new gear that I have or any of that, I'll go into that. But I also kind of like to give things a cinematic touch. So I'll do some cool like fancy B-roll scenes and stuff of whatever I'm doing, or like if I'm making coffee, I'll do that, or things of that nature. So it's really just kind of like a mixture of applying cool videos with whatever I'm doing or talking about that day, but it's mainly geared towards photography and video work and things of that nature.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm looking just through your blog right now of all the different, videos you've put up and things like that. And You've put up a lot of content, and even in the short amount of time you've been here. So no, that's great. How do you feel about Steemit now being on here for a little while? I don't know how long it actually has been in total, but how are you feeling now versus from when you first joined?
That's a good question. I don't think I really feel any more or I don't feel any different towards it than from when I first started, other than the fact that I might have a addiction at this point. But no, it's really great. I find it one of the things that I decided to do recently was, um, just to give you some background real quick, not to touch too much on it, but before this, I was actually a day trader in the foreign exchange market. And that's a stressful thing to do. But I've always had a passion for creating content, and so recently, what I decided to do was like kind of head in the direction of going full time vlogging and blogging on Steem and DTube. So now I feel even more passionate about what I do. I love what I do. I love putting content out there. And to be honest with you, I haven't even been on top of engaging with people as much as I should and stuff. So I'm kind of getting into that now more. As if anything, I just see it as a door opening wider for me as I go on.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I always say this, each person is going to have a different experience with Steem and Steemit. And it's interesting that you're taking the path right out of the gate of, you're creating videos and you're creating content, and it looks like your posts are doing quite well. And so, you're out of the gate early and doing quite well, and so that's a great thing to see, because it doesn't always work out for everybody like that. Of course, results may vary, obviously. So it's great to see, you as a newer user doing well early, because you could really inspire other people too, because they can say, oh, well, this guy did well early, and but you're doing a lot of work too. You're putting in the time actually creating these videos and doing all of that. So, if you're another person out there listening and you're a new member of Steemit, don't get discouraged necessarily if you don't do well right away. Certainly just keep at it and just keep creating original content, and eventually people will find your blog.
I'm glad you said that because with Steemit, it's different than other social media platforms. With Steemit, you're looking at things and you're seeing people get paid. And I think that the money aspect makes it a little bit more like a mind game for some people, because if you're out there putting out content and you really feel like you're giving it your all and you're not getting that pay in return, you're not getting the upvotes that you're desiring or anywhere near what other people are getting, it can kind of mess with your mind. But the important thing to keep in mind here is that this is an opportunity where kind of everybody has a chance. And the more you put in, it's kind of like you're stacking up for the returns that you're going to get later. If you really put in that effort and you go out and you seek to engage with other people, it's like any platform. You find people that are doing it, engage with them, build relationships, be genuine, and in the end, it's all gonna come around. It's just a matter of when. So as long as you're persistent and you don't let that, the mind game aspect of it get to you, it's really fun. You got to have fun with it, and I think that's what a lot of new people out there should, keep in mind, is have fun with this, because this is a platform where you can go out and do, basically anything you want. It's not even censored. So, keep it PG, so to speak, if you know what I'm saying. But ultimately, this is something that you can go out and do anything that you're passionate about, and someone will see it eventually.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, again, everything you hear on the show is just our opinion. It's our experience is going to be different than yours, of course. But we certainly enjoy Steemit. We enjoy being on the Steem blockchain, and I feel like it's a blessing in my life. I've not, just the people alone that I get to interact with are worth so much to me, and it's wonderful to see this community and places like the Minnow Support Project, and just all of the people involved and all of that, and just the people I get to chat with and be on the radio show. It's really awesome. And of course, it's great to have you on the show tonight as well.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's really been an awesome opportunity for me. I've had a blast, and I've actually never done. I don't think I've ever done a radio interview before, so this is new for me as well. So I appreciate you having me on here.
Absolutely. We won't have you leave quite yet, but let's see. Was there any? I asked if people had questions in the audience. Snack, did you happen to see if anybody put any in there? Sorry, I didn't get to see the chat here. Let me scroll back up a little.
I
People,
saw a question from Jack. Um,
everybody was asking about the food places, but we don't want to talk
yes.
about any specific food places on the show.
No,
But I'm sure
no.
I do always hear about all the food in New York and things. I've gotten to go to New York City a couple of times, and it was always amazing each time. I don't think I made it into Queens though.
Me
It,
neither.
yeah, it's like 20 minutes away. It's Queens is like the calm area of New York.
Right.
If you want to get to the city, you can, but you don't have to stay there.
I saw a question from Jack. Do you want me
Yeah.
to ask it?
Sure. What was it?
Jack asked if there was anything new coming from you in 2018, any new plans for your Steemit journey?
Yes, there are. As a matter of fact, just to give you guys kind of a sneak peek of what's coming up this coming week, if everything goes as planned, I'm actually going to be doing a meetup with another Steemian and vlogging that. So that's something I do plan on doing a lot more in 2018. I kind of want to travel around and meet up with other Steemians just to, share experiences and get, the awareness up and just have fun with it. So travel is going to be big in 2018. Um, and then another thing that I'm looking to do is just kind of branch out into other areas. I played around with it a little bit towards the end of last year. Well, the end of last year was when I came here, but
Uh-huh.
the month of December did some entertainment and some funny comedy uh, videos as well. So that's something that I plan to be branching out more with in 2018. And then I do want to. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but I kind of want to get into like product reviews and meeting up with local companies to a not only be able to get kind of sort of like sponsorships, so to speak, but also get the Steam awareness out there more. Like, hey, I'm a vlogger on this awesome community, and I'd love to do a review of your product on my channel. So that's another thing that I have coming in 2018 as well.
That sounds really interesting.
All right. Well, again, we're visiting with it's at Spencer Ryan, right? That's your Steemit username.
Yes, one R.
Yeah. So you'll have to check in. Oh, there it is. Thank you, Sneck. So she just shared
You're
that
welcome.
in the chat room for us. So if you're interested, you can check out his blog on Steemit. He's a relatively new Steemian, so let's of course show him a nice welcome to the community. And it's great having you here tonight. Was there, I don't know if Sneck, if you had questions for Spencer or if there's any other ones out in the chat here. Let's see. And again,
Well, I
go ahead, Sneck.
oh yeah, I do have a question. How much time do you spend on editing your vlogs?
Well, it really depends. I've kind of been doing this for a while, so editing vlogs comes pretty easy to me. The more complex ones with some more intricate B-roll scenes and stuff can take me, upwards of 2 to 3 hours for one vlog. But a lot of times I can kind of whip them out in like an hour. But again, I don't want that to be like a unrealistic expectation for some people because I've actually been doing this for a long time. So don't let that get you down if it takes you a little bit longer. It can be a time consuming process. So but for me, it generally takes about an hour to 2 hours to finish up a vlog.
Yeah, vlogging, it's not super easy. There's definitely some time involved with it. I mean, of course, you can always just run out there and make a quick little vlog, but I like the ones that people actually take some time to edit and add little things to and actually make it kind of a little bit of a production. I find that really cool when people do that and you were talking about traveling and things like that and it'll be great to see if you do go out into the world and meet some different members of the Steemit community and share that with us. That'll be cool.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then that obviously doesn't include the filming aspect of things. Like sometimes I'll film a vlog, especially if I'm traveling, I'll film a vlog over the period of a couple of days, and then I'll just kind of put all the footage together as I go along. But yeah, it's something that I feel like everyone should try at least once. It can be a little nerve wracking to get in front of the camera, but it can also be really fun. So don't be nervous to do it. Give it a try if you haven't already. and see what you can do with it.
See, I've always been in radio, so switching to vlogs is kind of like, doing the video part is kind of like you said. It's I guess I'm still a little shy for that part, but I'm coming out of my shell a little bit more. So I'm trying to do a few vlogs and live streams and things like that. So, and the Vloggers Guild definitely helped inspire that.
Use a sock puppet.
Right? That's what you do.
I do, yes.
I think another thing that could help is just have the camera set up during your radio show or something a couple of times. Just film it as like a radio show. Have like a little. I don't know how your setup is, but if you have like a little studio setup or something, just try it and then play it back and be like, oh wow, I actually do pretty good on video. I'm not too bad as long as I'm not looking at the camera. That's way it's a little less intimidating, and then you can move up from there.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to do more of it in 2018. That's one of my goals too, is to do some videos and things like that. And we're just buried in snow right now at the moment, so I can't really do anything fun outside with anything videos yet. It's starting to warm up, so we might be able to do something soon. It was like literally like 20 below zero Fahrenheit here for a couple of weeks, so it was pretty cold. But yeah, vlogs are really cool. It's something that it would be interesting to see more people creating on Steemit, and especially collaborating with other members of the Steemit community too. I think that'll be really awesome.
Definitely, I'm really excited to do that as well.
Go ahead,
There's a
Snack.
question from Drew. What kind of video work did you do before you started vlogging?
So I actually ran a photography and film business a couple of years ago. So I did a lot of wedding work. I would film weddings, and then I would also do event photography and videography. So sometimes I would film, DJ events and things of that nature. So that was the majority of my work. And then as like a hobby, I would go out to various car meets and such, and just kind of film the whole car meet and everything.
Yeah, no, there's so many different opportunities for different things you could do. It's awesome. Let's see here. And Spencer, I always give everybody kind of an opportunity to, if you have any other Steemit users you want to give a shout out to, or anything like that while you're on the show.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, first, definitely give a shout out to Paola, my girlfriend. She's awesome, but you guys will hear her in a little bit. And then a couple Steemit users that I really have been able to watch and kind of see and really enjoy their content. One of which is Flowey. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. I mean, he's big, so he's pretty awesome. And he actually shouted us out in one of our videos once, which was kind of cool. So definitely shout out to him. And then I really want to kind of take the moment, if you guys want to go check it out. There's a guy that I've been following lately. His name is Captain Bob. He's fairly new, but he also has a lot of photography and video tips as well. And he kind of does a fun um, little couple of product reviews here and there of equipment that he uses. So definitely him as well, at Captain Bob. He's pretty awesome.
All right, cool. Um, well, Spencer, it's been great certainly having you on the show tonight, and everybody can certainly check out your blog if they are interested. He's there. It's at Spencer Ryan. There's only the one R though, so just be aware of that when you're typing it in. Snack just shared the link in the audience chat room, and we really appreciate you being on the show tonight. I'm not sure if she can hear us. How do we pronounce her name properly?
It's Paola, so like Paola.
Okay, Paola. Okay, and so if she's nearby, what we'll probably do is we'll have you say your goodbyes here in just a moment, and then I'll invite her to the waiting room there, and then we'll bring her in. So if you can hear us out there, just get yourself ready here to join us on the show in just a moment. So Spencer, were there any parting words you wanted to give to the audience that may be listening out there, or just kind of the Steemit community in general?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys, for being on here. Appreciate all you guys' support. Appreciate the questions as well. That's awesome to be listened to and be asked questions. So, yeah, but parting words, just everybody keep rocking. We have an awesome thing going here with this community. I'm really excited to be taking a more active role in it as well. If you guys have any questions, you can always feel free to message me on Discord or Steemit chat. I'm up there, but I don't use it as often. And I will be looking forward to seeing you guys all out there on the blockchain. I appreciate everybody listening in, and I appreciate you, of course, for having me on air.
Absolutely. Sneck, do you have any parting words here for Spencer?
Of course, I wanted to say that I really enjoyed watching your vlogs, and you have a follower in me, and thank you for being on the show.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I will definitely shoot you a follow back as soon as I can get back to Steemit.
Ooh, thank you.
All right. Well, I'm going to try to bring Paula on here, and let's see. Okay, so she should be here in the room with us. Welcome.
Hi, testing, testing.
We hear you loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear. Does everybody else hear her loud and clear?
I hear her loud and clear. Welcome, Paula.
Thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
All right, it's great to have you here with us. And Sneck, if you can, it's the same username on Steemit, right?
Correct.
All right. Okay, Sneck just shared that right in the audience chat. Yes, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here.
It's great to be here. It's my first time doing something like this and also using Discord. So Spencer set me up over here.
All right, cool. Well, it's great to have you on the show. And so you're also in Queens, New York. He told us before, so that's great to have you here from the United States. And so you have been on the Steem at roughly about the same time. This was a little bit of a disagreement in the previous conversation. So let us know. So who joined Steem at first? You or Spencer?
It was definitely me. We do argue about this a lot, but I'm a personal trainer. So I was at my brother's house and I was training his girlfriend. And he was like, hey, there's this platform called Steemit. I told Spencer about it, but I'm going to tell you too. So I checked it out and I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, it doesn't look, because I'm really like into fitness. And I was like, they look like they have like the fitness niche missing. So if I could just kind of wiggle my way into there. So I signed up for my account that same day. And when I got home, I was like, hey, Spencer, I signed up for Steemit. And then he's like, oh my God, I want to do it too. So I think I won, but it took a few days for our accounts to get approved. So he kind of jumped the gun and went a different route with that. So he actually got his account first, but I think I joined first.
Yeah, well, he did tell us that first account didn't really work out so well, so he's on a new account now. But it's great to have both of you here. I find that really fascinating when anytime I see couples both on Steemit. And maybe later on, after we chat with you, we can bring him back into the conversation and we'll kind of ask you some questions for both of you. But yeah, no, I find that really interesting when people who are, couples are both on Steemit. Let's see here. So before Steemit, had you been a content creator, or was Steemit kind of your first go around with blogging and things like that?
Yes, Steemit was definitely my outlet for getting into vlogging, but I have always been, not always, but recently I have been putting out like fitness content out in like Instagram and things like that. But it was really easy for me to get discouraged because I really had no viewers and I really wasn't getting anywhere with that. So it has opened up a lot of doors for me.
That's awesome. And so you said you're interested in doing fitness related content. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, what that means to you?
Yes, I have always been into fitness, and I feel like a lot of people are missing like somebody to teach them, the rights and wrongs, and actually be realistic, because there's some people out there that just preach about fitness and they're not really real about it. So I kind of want to show the ups and downs that comes with a fitness journey.
Yeah.
I watched a training video of you today, and you can see the expression on your face, and you can see that you are in pain with your hamstrings. And I really love that you joined that so openly, the good and the bad.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like a lot of people don't do that because they would be slightly embarrassed to show the real side because it's not pretty. I mean, I have like when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I wish my stomach was flatter, or I wish this, and especially when I watch my videos, I sometimes just cringe when I watch them, but I kind of recently got over that and I just started posting everything. I was like, you know what? People are missing the real and the raw, so I'm just going to show that no matter what.
I think it will be a great inspiration for at least a lot of females like me, because if you see the real thing, I am more eager to try it out.
Hopefully that is the goal.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't personally watch much for fitness things, but I mean, the ones I have seen, the people always seem kind of almost kind of fake to me, they're a little too into it kind of thing, So it would be interesting to see content where people are being more real and and if they're in pain or they're struggling through it, they're kind of, they're showing those emotions and then also showing the good side when you're rewarded from your fitness goals and things when you reach your goals, and that would be an interesting story to watch for sure on the platform.
Thank you. I appreciate that from the both of you. But yeah, I just wanted to uh, kind of do a mix of vlogging, blogging, and fitness, because sometimes in the caption, I'm like, oh my God, I did not want to wake up this morning. I felt like absolute trash. And I just wanted to cuddle with my boyfriend, but I got up and I did it anyways.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a challenge. And the beauty of Steemit is that, you're not limited to only doing fitness content either. Of course, if later on you decide you wanted to add more or different types of content, you can definitely do that. And that's one of the great things about Steemit, in my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm also really interested in vlogging as well. So I just kind of want to put my life out there and hopefully people will be interested in that.
It seems more and more people are becoming more interested in that type of content. That whole genre has definitely grown over the years. The whole making videos and things like that. Of course, it's become so much easier now with the technology and everything. But it I think it's good for people because of technology, a lot of us kind of don't socialize as much now. It seems like, a lot of us stay home or we're all in our phones or whatever all the time. And to at least make videos, you can at least express yourself and put that out there, and people can still interact with you and things like that. So, vlogging is certainly an interesting type of content for sure.
Yeah, I feel like it really has helped me grow a lot since I've joined Steemit. I have gotten over so many fears in the last 4 weeks. Like I was so scared to be on camera, like just talking, like into the camera, I would just stutter. I would just like freeze. So I did my first vlog and I called it Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, which got me a lot of traction actually. So that was really exciting.
It seems like to me that people do pretty well on Steemit when they're real, when they're genuine. Again, that's just my opinion, but when people create content and it actually can reflect that you're being genuine and that it shows a story and that it's interesting and entertaining content, those are the types of blog posts that can do quite well on Steemit sometimes.
I completely agree with you. And I also kind of address this in a lot of my, vlogs. I'm like, listen, guys, if as long as you're genuine, create good content, you will be really successful on Steam It because I really was.
And of course, everybody's going to have a different experience. Results may vary. I have to say that, but we encourage people to just, if you're thinking about things to create on the Steemit platform, just be yourself. Be original. Don't plagiarize. Don't copy other people's content and pictures and all that stuff. Create original things that show things about who you are and the things you're interested in. And I think those types of blogs will do much better on a platform like Steemit. As everybody always says, it's different. I think even Spencer said that. It's different. It's different than other platforms of social media, and you can't just do the things you normally would do on those other platforms here. You may not get the types of results you're looking for. So just kind of be yourself, be original, and it sounds like you're doing that with your fitness content, and that's something that you're passionate about.
For sure. I just feel like, yeah, if you try to be someone else, maybe you might get results, but as long as you're creating something that you love and it's a piece of you, you're going to have a much better time, getting up in the morning and creating more content, because then, if you try to fake it, or if you try to do something else that's not yourself, it's going to feel like a job, and it's going to feel like work, like, oh, I don't want to do this right now, but I have to put on this different persona, so I feel like as long as it comes from your heart and comes with a lot of love, and it's something that you're genuinely interested in, I feel like you're going to have a much better time on Steemit.
I agree. And let's check in with the audience here. There are some people who may just be joining the show. Again, you're listening to the Main Event Interviews radio show on MSP Waves. My name's Main Event. I'm here with my co-host, Poetic Snake. You still there, Snecky?
I'm still slithering around.
All right. And we're here with Paula Jane, and you can find her on Steemit under that same username. It's spelled PaolaJane. And again, she's really interested in fitness type content and making vlogs and things like that. And this is being, kind of motivational and that type of thing. So if that's something you're interested in, you can certainly check out her blog. Now, have you thought about, any other projects you want to work on going forward? Kind of, it can be part of the vlogging, but maybe anything kind of specific that you're planning on doing with the vlogs or your blog posts going forward in the new year here?
Sorry about that. I have just been kind of like on the same page with Spencer, going around, meeting other people who are also on Steemit. Just keep doing my thing, because I have been unraveling with Steemit since I've joined. So I don't have many plans, but I do have plans on, growing with the platform.
And let's see. Okay, so Stick Chumpion in the audience has a question for you. He's asking, so how do you balance things like indulgence in fitness? Like, say, at Christmas time, how do you balance things out?
I don't restrict myself too hard, because then I find myself being unhappy, and I don't like that. So I just kind of indulge, if it's Christmas, I eat the food, as long as I work out and everything, I'm happy.
Yeah, I could agree with that. I mean, you should never, things should always be in moderation, right? It doesn't matter what it is in life. Always do things in moderation. So yeah, I mean, you shouldn't just like say, oh, well, it's Christmas time, I can't eat a Christmas cookie or whatever because I'm on a diet. Like, come on, like,
yeah,
live a little,
I completely agree. I also do intermittent fasting, which is you fast for 16 hours and then you have an eating window for 8 hours. So most of the time I do start eating at 12 and I cut off at 8 p.m. So I feel like that's a really great way to kind of keep yourself in line and don't, have, too much snacks or things like that too late at night, which can cause a lot of weight gain. So I will be doing a few, videos about my diet and intermittent fasting and how I'm able to, just keep the same weight and maintain.
Well, that'll be really interesting to watch for sure. And I just posed the question out there if anyone else has things to ask you, maybe if they're interested. I always also give people an opportunity. If you have other Steemit users you want to maybe give a shout out to, or just projects you might be involved in, or anything like that. I'm not sure what other things you might be doing on the platform, but if you've got any other members of the community you want to kind of give a shout out to, or anything like that while you're on the show.
I would like to give a shout out to Wow Philip. He has been encouraging me since I first started. He invited me to the Vloggers Guild, which then turned into me learning about Discord. So he kind of let me unravel and discover a lot of new things. So shout out to you, especially since he's on here and listening, and also to Spencer and Sir Lunch, the host. We also have a lot of future plans with him and making a few videos and stuff like that.
All right, very cool. And ironically enough, Wa Philip is going to be on the show next. So stick around, everybody, and we'll have a chat with Wa Philip later in the show. And of course, it is great having you here on the show. And again, like I said, it's kind of interesting when couples are on Steemit. So, Spencer, are you still there? Are you still listening in the background here?
That I am.
Okay, so we've got you both here now. And again, it's great having you both on the show. I think it's really awesome that you're able to be living the life that you're starting here because of Steemit, and that you're getting interested in doing things like vlogging and traveling and all these things because of it. I find that really fascinating. How would you say, if you don't mind me asking, do you think that Steemit helps your relationship, or do you think it hurts it?
I'll let Paula answer that first.
It has been a roller coaster since we have joined Steemit, but it has gotten better throughout the last 2 weeks, I would say.
I can imagine, because when you first get going on Steemit, it consumes a lot of your time. At least it did for me anyway. So it's just, it's a big consumer of time. And so that, of course, can be good or bad, and depending on what it is. And it's an interesting process getting going on Steemit. But I think once you understand it, and once you get going and you've got some followers and your posts start doing all right and things, it becomes easier. And it seems like that level of stress that you seem to have when you first joined kind of washes away after a while. At least that's how it was for me, in my opinion. I always seemed like I was, trying really, really, really hard when I first started. And of course, because you want to get those rewards and you want to get followers and all these things, and you're excited. But once you kind of get established a little bit, things start to calm down, and hopefully that will be the case for you guys too.
It's actually funny because there's a lot of the platform itself kind of brings us close together, I'd like to say, because we're always working together. When Paula does videos, sometimes she's very good at this, but sometimes she'll ask me for help editing and stuff. So we get to do a lot of work together, but then there's just this there's like a friendly competition that sometimes turns in an interesting way, because it'll be like, well, first of all, we'll edit videos together. Sometimes I'll need to use her computer or something like that. But it'll just be like, hey, I'm going to post my video today. And he'll be like, no, well, I'm going to post my video at this time. And it's just like, okay, well, all right, we'll work it out. We'll post the video at the same time. And then it's like, oh, well, why did you get all these up? Like, it's like a friendly competition, so to speak, which can be interesting at times. But it's definitely a lot of fun. And it's cool to have someone that you can do it with, because I think a lot of people out there who are doing, the vlogging or the blogging by themselves, they kind of maybe feel like, oh, is that good? I can always get a second opinion from Paula before I even go onto the platform. I can be like, hey, do you think this would be good? And she'd be like, yeah, that's great. Or she'd be like, no, that's terrible. Don't put that up there. So that's always a good thing to have. It's like having a partner on Steemit. So that's what she is. So it's great in that aspect.
And whose idea was it to get you smashed with cake in your face?
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, it was my idea. I was like, you should smash cake in my face, and she was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I think it'll make for a great vlog. And so we went ahead and did it, and she had no problems with it whatsoever.
I mean, it was a little embarrassing to do in public, but it was pretty fun.
Don't let her fool you. I mean, if you go look at the video, you'll see how much fun she was having with it. I mean, she went beyond my expectations. She made sure that she got every aspect of that cake in every part of my face.
I think she really did a good job.
Thank you, thank you.
I mean, it must be just so much fun to do vlogging like that together, just behind the scenes, plotting the planning and stuff.
It is, it is. But back to the competition, I actually just wanted to add something. I feel like the question of the year has been, hey, why didn't DTube upvote me but upvoted you? So it's actually really funny and that friendly competition that we have going on. But I also feel like like your mentality when you're using Steemit, it can really mess with your mentality. Sometimes if you're not getting upvotes, you would feel sad. All right, so sometimes me and Spencer kind of clash with that. Like sometimes I would have a good day and then he won't, or if I won't have a good day and he will, it's kind of like hard to get on the same level as the other person.
Yeah, I could understand that for sure. One thing I could say is just try to remember that you're a team kind of, and that you're there to help each other through the ups and downs of Steemit, because we all go through it. Sometimes we don't get hardly any votes, and then like you said, sometimes you get a bunch on out of nowhere, and especially right now with the like all the auto voters seem to be down, and just things are kind of, I don't know, a little funky right now on Steemit. The rewards are kind of all over the place right now, it seems like. But hopefully that will all get straightened out eventually here too. But yeah, I could see where that could be a challenge sometimes. But try to keep it friendly. Don't try to make it too hard of a competition, because I mean that wouldn't be good. But it seems like it would be a great thing if you guys could eventually travel together and experience all of these different things together because of Steemit. And who knows? Maybe you can do a combined Steemit account someday. Who knows? Down the road or something. But
yeah, definitely. I think that's great. I'm glad you mentioned that, because at the end of the day, we are a team, and as long as she's winning, I'm winning, and as long as I'm winning, she's winning. So
right.
We do try to keep that that fresh mindset. One of the things that I really want to do down the road, and I think Paula is on board with it 100%, is I want to, because we're both vlogging, I want to have the same vlog from two different perspectives, which will be a lot of fun in my opinion. And even she could put her own editing twist on it, and I could put my own, so that people can see the same story from two different perspectives. I think that'd be great. I mean, I don't know. What does the audience think? I mean, do you guys think that would be a good idea?
It seems interesting for sure, especially if you go to some place, out and like it's like say it's some beautiful scenic place with lots to see, yeah, seeing it from two different perspectives would probably be pretty awesome, depending on the situation and everything, and just hearing each person's opinion too, because one of you might like it, the other one might not. So that part's always there too.
Yeah, it's really exciting to have a partner with this, to experience the lows and also experience the highs. But I also love the fact that we can get so creative together. I have never been able to, have an idea and then just execute, So the other day I had an idea of making a video, a funny video, and I was like, Spencer, can you actually help me with this? Because I would have never been able to pull it off alone. So it's so awesome to just have a partner who actually knows what they're doing, by the way, because he's so awesome with the camera and his editing skills. So I'm so appreciative of him.
Well, that's great to hear. It's great that you guys are able to be a team like that. Well, let's see. Any other questions for them here on the show from the audience, or Snek, if you got anything else you wanted to ask or anything? But let's see what's in the audience right now, if anybody else has questions. If not, we'll see here.
I didn't see any questions in the chat room. I scrolled up,
okay.
But maybe I missed it.
Well, we really, really appreciate you guys joining us on the show today. Sneck, if you don't mind sharing their blog links one last time in the chat. And let's see here. All right, there's one. There's the next one. And again, if you've missed any of the interviews tonight so far, I will be sharing the recording of this on my Steemit blog later on this evening. So if you missed anything during the show so far, you can catch that after the show. All right, so there's their Steemit blog posts. Let's see here. Drew has one last question for you guys. What was it like transitioning from putting the lens on yourself, like for vlogging and things like that? And whoever wants to go first can.
I'm gonna go first because I had my finger on the button first. But it was really scary. But you get used to it. Like I said, I've always been scared to be on camera and like talk in front of the camera. But it gets easier every time that you do it. So I would say if anybody wants to, document their life or vlog, it gets easier. Like at first you just get so awkward, and rewatching yourself is just like, oh my God, is that really me? But it gets easier over time.
And to kind of add on to that, like I come from a background where I'm used to having the camera on me because of my Instagram account. I used to do marketing and things of that nature. So I've always had the camera on me. But one piece of advice I like to give to anyone that wants to be on camera but can't find the courage to do so, specifically because of fear of vlogging in public. Steemit has opened the biggest platform or the biggest door, rather, so to speak, because at the end of the day, just like, I know it can be intimidating, and I'm actually going to make a vlog about this, but vlogging in public is just so great because with Steemit, with DTube, with any platform on the Steem blockchain that you for some reason put the camera on yourself, even if it's a penny, you're getting paid for it. So people might look at you funny, but it's like this is the new wave. This is what you can do, to make money. So just always remember that, keep that mindset, and then just, practice. Like Paula said, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it.
All right. Well, yes, it's been great having both of you on the show tonight. I want to thank you so much for joining us. And again, everybody out in the audience, you can certainly check out their posts on Steemit. We shared their profile in the audience chat. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you guys for having us once again. It was really awesome. And it was a great first time. So thank you again. And thank you to everybody who is listening. All love for everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. It's been awesome on here, and I appreciate you guys having us on.
It was amazing to get to know you two a little bit better. So thank you for sharing that with us all.
No problem.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. If you want to jump into the MSP Waves radio room and continue listening to the show, you certainly can. And again, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk again soon, I'm sure. We'll see you around the blockchain.
All right, bye. Thank you.
All right, Poetic Snake, how are you doing? You still there with me?
I'm still slithering fine.
All right. Well, again, everybody, you're listening to the Main Event Interviews radio show here on MSP Waves Radio. It's about 3 minutes past the hour here. And welcome to the show. If you're just joining us, those of you who have been with us for the first hour, thank you so much. And again, everything you hear on this show is strictly just our opinions. I'll read the disclaimer here. MSP Waves Radio and its owners take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by the talk show host or my guests. Statements and show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of the radio station, and the material you hear on this show is provided for educational and informational purposes only. I will add, only for entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research. We are not experts of anything, and this is not advice.
Nope.
So, there's that.
Absolutely.
And again, welcome to the show. It's great to have you here. We do this show every Wednesday night. It's from 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Time or 10 to midnight UTC time. Again, it airs on mspwaves.com. You can find a full listing of all the radio shows right there on mspwaves.com, and they're all shows that are hosted by people who are on Steemit. So that is really fascinating to me, how this station has grown and evolved over time here. And there's a wide variety of shows from different people, and some of them are music shows, some of them are talk shows, but they're all done by people who are on Steemit. So if that's something you're interested in, you can check it out again at mspwaves.com or find them on Steemit. It's msp-waves is the profile name. Of course, that is part of the Minnow Support Project, which you can find on Steemit at Minnow Support. And that, of course, is on Discord, the community in the Peace, Abundance, Liberty server, which is the home of the Minnow Support Project. It's a great community to chat and network with different members of the Steemit community, in our humble opinion. And it would be great to have you join us there. Right now, we are chatting in the MSP Waves audience chat room on Discord in the Peace, Abundance, Liberty server. And I see a whole bunch of names in there. Sneck, do you want to read down through some of them, and then I can read the second half?
Oh, you want me to break my tongue again about
Yep.
all the difficult names?
Yep.
Okay, I see Crystal Pacheco 30. I see Spencer Ryan and Paola Jane, of course. And I see Angel Joyful Vaseline. No, Vaseline. Oh, I Shadow Pop. Occupy Wallets.
So yeah, no, and there's a bunch of people in the chat room too. Here, I'll just read down through the names here. We've got Angel, Creative Soul, Crimson Clad, Crypto Fixer, Kryptonic, Crystal, Saigon, Doghouse is here. Great to see you. I see Drew. It is now Menno, Occupy Wallets, Paula Jane, Saipan Damashi, Shadows Pub, Soundwaves Photon, Spencer Ryan, and Odreu. Hopefully I said those names right.
I hope so too.
Now, the other thing I always like to do here on the show before we bring our next guest on, let's go around the world. Tell us where you are from and where you're listening tonight. Just post the country in the chat room.
Not the flaggies.
Look at that level up. Doghouse.
That is a nice level up.
All right, so we've got Canada. I see Bulgaria, Germany, the United States, and Texas. Also California. Let's see. There must be other countries out there. Whether USA, Snecky's in the Netherlands. I'm in the USA. Hopefully everybody's being honest. They're not just messing with us. Because that happens every once in a while.
Oh, yes. Last week you made me say really, really weird stuff.
Really weird countries.
Yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you all here, and I think it's really amazing that we get listeners and guests on the show from all over the world. And again, that's one of the amazing things about the Steemit blockchain, or the Steem blockchain, and Steemit as a platform, and of course now Discord, and everything combined. It's a wonderful experience. I see Sir Lunch the host out there. How you doing, Sir Lunch the host? Great
Nice
to have you.
here, sir.
Yes, absolutely. Everybody's got to go look at Sir Lunch's one of his recent posts there. He's got a photo of himself on there that I think people should take a look at, in my opinion.
Oh yes, that is my opinion.
I'll leave it at that, and if he wants to promote it, that's fine. But I think it's really cool. So
yes, very cool.
Yeah, everybody will get a kick out of that. So you should definitely take a look. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Well, it's about 8 minutes past the hour here. We can bring our next guest onto the show, I believe. Let me go ahead and move him in here. All right. So we've got our next guest on the show in the chat room here. Oh, he jumped back out. What happened there? Maybe he's not ready. Let me try one more time. All right. Wah Phillip, can you hear me?
Yes. How's it going?
It's going great. Welcome to the show.
Happy to finally be here.
Absolutely. So again, everybody, we're visiting with Wah Phillip, And Snecky, I'm sure, will share his profile in the chat room here in just a moment. And we really appreciate you joining us. And while,
Absolutely. Thank you for
yes,
joining us.
yes, absolutely.
Oh, anytime. I'm excited to be here. And I just want to say it's kind of hard to go after my two favorite vloggers, Paulo and geez, I'm forgetting the name already.
Spencer.
Spencer, dude, I'm so sorry. But yo, Paul and Spencer, you guys are so good. Literally, you guys came on the blockchain and just started killing it right out. It's just been an honor to watch you guys just flourish, and can't wait to see you guys grow into dolphins and most likely the number 1 and 2 vloggers on Steem. We'll let you guys decide which one is which.
Yeah, it's definitely a Vloggers Guild kind of night on the show tonight, because I think all of us so far have been in on the show are in the Vloggers Guild, ironically, and we didn't even plan it that way. So that's
Yeah.
kind of funny to me. I just realized that because Sneck and I are both in there, you're in there, and Spencer and Paulo are in there, and yeah, no, so
Oh yeah.
lots of talk about vlogging tonight. So I apologize, everybody. We didn't mean to have it be that way, but that's how it's gonna go. So, but there's nothing wrong with that either. I think vlogs are cool.
Yeah, good thing. I actually do a little bit of everything, but we'll get into all that.
All right, cool. Well, tell us whereabouts in the world are you this evening?
I am in Michigan.
All
Very
right.
cold.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's very cold here too, so I'm right there with you. But yeah, no. So you're in the United States, and welcome to the show. And how long have you been on Steemit so far?
Oh, since May 2017. So what was that, about like 8 months or so?
Yeah, the same for me. That's when I joined also. What brought you to the platform? Do you remember how you found out about it, or what brought you to Steem it?
Yeah. So one of my friends, who was a user on here, introduced me to it. I don't think he uses it too much anymore because he got involved in a flagging war and got crushed. So, and I kind of don't want to mention his name because I don't want to get associated with him, but it was bad.
Right. Yeah, definitely not. But it's always interesting to hear everybody's story, at least, how they found their way to the platform. Were you a content creator before Steem it?
Oh, absolutely not. I kind of had to. I didn't have kind of a start like Spencer and Paula. I just had to kind of do a trial and error and see what worked.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's going to kind of join and be at a different stage, in the content creation process. I personally hadn't really done much either when I first joined Steem it. I really had no idea what I was going to do here on the platform, and it seems like everybody kind of finds their niche, as they would say. I don't know how you say that word, but they find what works for them and what things are they're able to create here on the platform. So, what types of things have you been doing on Steem it?
So, like I said, I do like a little bit of everything, and I had to do a lot of trial and error. So right now I vlog. So right now I do like a 90-day workout challenge that I'm doing where I kind of started off with like just a blog, like kind of talk about my day, what's hurting, what's not, how I'm doing. I haven't really figured out logistically how I can update it to where I actually show like what I'm doing, but I'll have like a little video snippet after, like, oh, this is what I did. Normally I'm sweating. It's just right after the workout. And so that's kind of like the vlog I'm doing now. And I also blog during like my lunch breaks at work. I got a ton of hours now, so I have to kind of adapt, and that's kind of what I love about Steemit. I used to have this vlog called like the mid afternoon thoughts, where I would do more of a vlog style, just day to day, like here are my thoughts. But now that I don't have time, I had to adapt, and just like Steemit with hard forks, you got to adapt. So right now, I just kind of do like kind of this lunchtime blogs. Like I had one today, like 3 tips to help you grow on Steemit. So I'm just trying to be as flexible and do everything that I can.
Absolutely. So talk about how you feel now versus for when you first joined Steemit. Have you gone through kind of a progression of your opinion of the platform versus when you first joined and now?
Oh yeah. So I kind of have a unique story as far it's not unique. It's actually probably just like a lot of minnows where, I've been through everything as far as I got on here, got obsessed. I'm spending hours and hours on posts and I'm not getting anything. And I turned spamming comments. I'm like, okay, I need to get followers. So I'm just going to comment as much as possible. And I'm gonna try to do kind of like who what's the real famous user stacking. He's always talking about 10 rule. Like, all right, if I can just get 10,000 comments in a month, then I'll be popping. So I had to like learn, all right, this is spam, nobody's gonna like that. And then I had to learn about how Steem is actually a community, and it's a community thing. It's a community driven uh platform first, and it's more beneficial to actually do what you enjoy, make friends, and just put positive energy into everything you do on here, and it'll eventually get paid back to you. So it honestly took months to really get to where I am, and I love steaming now. I know there's a period where I took like a month or two off just because who knows? I got like a little frustrated, but I was still starting to do good. So it's kind of like that Steemit burnout. But I definitely love the platform. I really like um how it's able to change others' lives. I read this post from a user from Venezuela. How do you say it? Venice. But you guys know what I'm saying. But I forget his name too. I'm bad with names. I'm sorry, Spencer. But they were saying that you only get $6 a month for minimum wage, and their money's getting hyperinflated, and all the government's just printing their money into just death, and he's able to in one post make as much as he would in a month on Steam, and just seeing how this platform can impact others in third world countries, second world countries is just inspiring to me. So like my goal is to hopefully um be able to support those who don't have the same resources as us in like America or the UK or what have you. So I really do love this community, and I love what it's doing for others. So it's pretty cool.
Absolutely. I mean, it's amazing how we talked about in the previous interview how it's opening doors for people. Whether it's helping them actually financially or even socially make more friends or just get out into their communities more because they're creating content and they're out in the world. I know myself, I got really into photography because of Steemit, and I actually went out and got a nice camera so that I can be outside and doing things, and that probably would not have happened without Steemit. So it's amazing to see, and like the things you mentioned, where people maybe are less fortunate and their money is valued differently and things. If they can get some rewards from something like Steemit, it could be life changing for them. And it's really amazing that this opportunity is even here.
Absolutely.
And let's check in with the audience. If people have questions for Wah Phillip, feel free to post those in the audience chat room. And Sneck has shared his blog in the chat at least once, so we'll put that in there again. Thank you very much, Snecky.
I am super fast today.
You're on it. It's a good co-host right there.
Ooh, thank you, thank you, thank you very much.
Now, Wah Phillip, are you in any groups that you want to talk about, or are you working on any kind of like projects or anything like that you want to talk about while you're on the show?
So I am in a group called the Vloggers Guild. A very awesome group led by the president himself, Sir Lunch, the host. I feel like it's just a great community where I met both you and Snakey. Um, and right now it's not as active, but I feel like when we're all in there and being active, ideas are flowing. Once got like a great idea for a vlog just from the community, and it's just a great. It's probably the only place I really feel like I belong on Steam and so far. So if you can like send me some more ideas, or not ideas, but like if you can send me links to like communities that you think I might like, I would love that, because I think that kind of changed my whole experience on Steam and his Discord communities. And then as far as projects I'm working on, probably like the 90-day workout challenge is the main one. But uh, one thing that not many people know, I got accepted in the dental school last month. So I don't start orientation until July, but I'm hoping to start a kind of like my journey through dental school vlog slash blog called The Traveling Dentist. So that's going to be like my big transition. You know how I talked about to succeed on Steemit, you have to adapt. It just like Steemit has hard forks, you have to adapt as your life changes. So I may not be I might have to kind of change my name from the Spidey blogger to something else, but I'm excited for that. So I'm kind of getting acclimated, trying to prepare for that. Hopefully, I can become a better vlogger and blogger in that sense, and build a base. So when that happens, it kind of just flows.
Yeah, because I can imagine it's going to be an interesting journey becoming a dentist. I'm sure that is not an easy task.
Oh no, I honestly I think I'm just the luckiest guy in the world. I don't think it was crazy when I got accepted. It was like a dream come true. I still can't believe it now. So I'm excited for I'm excited for like the challenge, because I also used to be I used to run track for the University of Michigan, and used to be a D1 athlete, and I kind of missed that challenge, that rush. So I'm excited to like jump back in and kind of have a new goal to kind of reach, kind of like becoming a dolphin. That's my goal at the moment.
Congratulations on getting accepted.
Thank you. And Paula, I will 100% hire you if I move to New York. That would be huge. If I move to New York. I'm kind of looking at the chat right now. I didn't know
Yeah.
you were certified dental hygienist either. And then you're also a trainer, so that's huge. I feel like your videos are way better than whatever I'm doing with this workout challenge. Like, you and Spencer are overshadowed. You guys do everything that I do combined, and you guys just overshadow me so much. I'm so happy you guys are doing well, though. It's awesome.
I think each person has their own thing that they contribute, though, in their own way. That's the great thing about Steemit, is you get to see each personality come through in the content. I mean, you can have 10 people all do like the same type of a post challenge or whatever, the same type of content or whatever, and all 10 posts will be different because each person's going to put their own spin on it, and that's really cool to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I know. I was kind of like I was saying about being able to adapt. I was challenged to do the 7-day black and white challenge, and I'm not a photographer, but uh, I'll tell you what. During that week, I think I got probably the most upvotes I've had since I've been on here. I got so many followers from it, and it was just doing something new. So, and I feel like I'm not even close, but it was really cool to see the community kind of support amateur at its finest.
Absolutely. And again, everybody, we're visiting with Wah Phillip right now. You can find him on Steemit under that username. And he's joining us here from the United States. It's great to have you all here chatting along in the audience chat room. If anybody has questions for Wah Phillip, feel free to post those in the chat. And Wah Phillip, while you're here, are there any things that just any other Steemit users you want to give a shout out to, or anything like that, or any things you want to mention on the show, just kind of while you're here?
Yeah, so shout out to my very good friend Full Measure, he was like my first real supporter on Steemit. I mean, I'm talking like just lowly minnow, just trying his hardest. I think I just started blogging, and he happens to be a Dolphin, and he would just upvote. He would be the only one who upvoted me, but it would make my day because it'd be like $1 here, $2 here, and even to this day, like he still upvotes me, and he'll comment, he'll support me, and it's just like he's kind of the reason that I stayed on Steemit, and even during the hardest times where it's just like, wow, I just put in like 3 hours into this post, 3-4 hours, and then nobody even read it. Especially after Hard Fork, was it 19 or 20, the most recent. So huge shout out to him. I'm gonna support that guy forever. And then Overkill Coin, who is one of my good friends on here. He's just an amazing artist, animator. This guy's hilarious. I look forward every day to him just sliding through the comments. Like today, he commented on my post from this afternoon, pointing out like a spammer, and he even went to like the effort of screenshotting like all the different spam messages that person did and messaged it. It's just really funny. So he makes my Steam experiences so much fun. I feel like I actually have like friends on here. Definitely, I feel like I already shouted out Paula and Spencer like 100 times. So you two are the goats. Sir Lunch, the host, my dog. I think right now he has the title for #1 blogger, but I think he should watch out because there are 2 rookies coming for that spot. Hopefully, he'll visit me during his 90-day run. Who else? Steemit Adventure. Just a great artist on the platform. It was one of those situations where when I was a minnow, I joined in May, I would see her, or it's actually a guy, I found out. My bad, Steemit Adventure. He had these trading cards. He was like a rep 60, and I was just like, whoa, it would be so cool to be friends with this guy. And then eventually he came to one of my posts like, oh, yo, this is really dope. And then ever since then, I was like, yo, I've been the biggest fan of you. So it's dope. I got to give him a shout out. I see. Can I answer a question if I see it?
Absolutely. Yep. I was going to get to it whenever you were done, but yes, go right ahead.
All right. Which one should I do? Because I see one.
Any questions you're wanting to answer? I try to keep the audience questions to, things that you want to personally answer. So go right ahead.
Okay. Well, there's one that I'll answer the most recent. So I guess Paula asked, when inspired you to pursue dentistry? It's kind of a funny story. I said it at my interview, and I had the interviewers laughing. But so in high school, I used to be this really, really ugly kid. Like, oh my gosh, like just flooded pants, nappy hair. I had this real messed up smile, like just teeth going everywhere. And I happened to be in the marching band, this huge band geek. And I had it all going for me. The real Steve Urkel over here, and I had glasses too, so I got my braces on. Once they were taken off, made my senior year, and literally, I kid you not, I got contacts, earrings the same day, and just this big smile. And I love to make people laugh, and I love to and like I always smiled before, but I was always kind of self-conscious of it. But right when, I got my braces off, I kid you not, I had my first girlfriend in a week. First girlfriend in my life in a week. Just life change, confidence change. I'm just a completely different person. Like I mentioned how I like to make people laugh. I just want to see people smile so I can smile now. And then it's just the confidence kind of just poured over to the rest of my life. I ended up winning the state championship for Michigan in the 400 that year. And, I just had so much swagger about me that, if you kind of dream it and you just think about all these positive things that come back to you, kind of like, what's it called? The Secret or whatever you want to believe. That's kind of what was happening. I just had so much confidence and positivity, and I just want to give that to other people. Like, I really do feel beautiful, if I could say that. So, gotta bag and fix my teeth. That is right. Cardi B is popping right now. What you? Oh, and isn't Cardi from the Bronx? Thanks, Paolo.
No, that's really an interesting story though, and I can definitely understand that as well because I mean I didn't do braces, but I had to wear one of those retainers for a really long time and things like that. And it certainly I felt a lot better too once my teeth were fixed and were straight again. And your smile is a very important part of you. And if you're not confident about it and you try to hide it or whatnot, it's going to affect your life and what's going on with you. And so it's great that you're inspired to want to help other people in that regard.
Oh yeah, thanks. I also I saw the law of attraction. Creative Soul said that's what I was trying to say
Yes.
earlier. But yeah, so that's kind of like the backstory. But then also, uh, I think that Spencer, I think asked earlier, what inspired the Spider-Man thing on the. So I'm known as the. At least I would hope I'm known as the incredible Spidey blogger or Spider blogger on Steemit. And I'm not sure if you guys are like comic book buffs, but the person on my profile is actually Miles Morales, who is he's a black and Hispanic Spider-Man, and I happen to be African American. So growing up, there weren't that many. Just like there weren't that many professional, I guess, just professionals as far as dentists, lawyers, doctors. There weren't that many black of those professionals growing up, so it's hard to look up to. Only people I had to look up to are like basketball players and whatever. And just like that, there weren't that many superheroes to look up to. And Miles Morales came about when I was a little bit older, but he was like the first one that really stuck with me. And I always loved Spider-Man, but like seeing somebody who kind of looked like me was just huge. And I kind of want to embody um, who Spider-Man was into, I guess, who I want to be on Steam as far as, you know, being brave, being strong, being kind. I guess the bravery would be like putting myself in front of a camera and vlogging, even though I am a super amateur at it. Hopefully I will get better. And then just kind of being kind and taking the time to just if you look at my blog, you know, I'm not following too many people. It's starting to get up there like 95 people, but each person I follow, you know, I really enjoy their work. I really enjoy their content. I take time to when on my feed, it's not just flooded with any and everybody. It's people I really like and vetted, and I every time I see something, I want to leave just a genuine comment. And I think that's part of kind of being a superhero on the platform because uh, if you lead by example, hopefully we can build a community where, you know, we're all like this. We're all kind. We're all putting in the time to kind of add value to other people's work, to their lives. So that's kind of what how the Incredibles body blogger came to be. Just kind of started to get my identity on the platform. So and Spider-Man is my favorite superhero too. So yeah.
All right, well that's awesome. Well, if anybody else has questions for Wa Phillip in the audience, feel free to put those out there now. And again, we're visiting with Wa Phillip here on the Main Event Interviews radio show. We hope you're enjoying the show tonight. We got a little under half an hour left of the show here, so we'll probably start to wind things down shortly. Shout out to everybody in the audience chat who's chatting along here with us live. And of course, if you're listening to the recording of this show, you can join us live during the broadcast, and it's Wednesday nights from 5 to 7 p.m. or 10 to midnight UTC on mspwaves.com. And we are chatting right now on Discord in the Peace, Abundance, Liberty server, which of course is the home of the Minnow Support Project, and we're hanging out in the MSP Waves audience chat room. And I'm seeing lots of names in there, and that is great. So again, if anybody has any last questions for Wa Phillip, feel free to post those in the audience chat room. And let's see here. No, Wa Phillip, it's great to have you here. You know, like I said, we didn't even intend for it to be an all Vloggers Guild kind of show. That was kind of random that worked out that way. I usually never know until about an hour or two before the show who's even going to be on the show sometimes. And it was kind of the case that way this week, and it just kind of worked out that way. And so I know some people were commenting that we said the word vlog a lot in this show. We'll probably have to count back at how many times we said it throughout the show. Keep a counter.
Vlog.
Right, we'll end it with that too. It'll be one last the last word we'll say. Sir Lunch, the host, wants to know what keeps you going, Hua Philip.
First of all, before I answer that, I want to say that main event, you have a very, very good radio voice. Oh my gosh, it's 100% top notch. I think you're going to be like once Steemit blows up, I think you're going to be famous. And Poetic Snake, I love your work. Sometimes I actually want to buy one of your paintings. So if we can figure that out, I know you mentioned it in one of your comments, but I got a lot of SBD right now. So what's good? And Sir Lunch, the host, the president himself, the only person I'm ever gonna vote for witness, because I don't even know how to vote yet, which is bad. Everybody should probably learn how to vote for witness. But once you're ready to run, I'm gonna figure that out, Lunchy. And what keeps me going? I think what keeps me going, there's two answers to that. One is I have this like weird feeling where I'm letting my like the good friends I made on here, like Full Measure and Overkill Coin, actually you guys in the Vloggers Guild. I have to be better with Spencer and Paula. But most times whenever I get to their post, it's already worth like $100. So I'm like, I don't think my 50 cents is gonna really help. But it's kind of supporting them. And like I said, with like those once I kind of realized like, yo, those users from different countries, like this can actually change their lives. It made Steemit bigger to me. But also what keeps me going is that sweet, sweet Steem. I can't lie. Seeing all that Steem in my account just makes me all giddy, because I know that we are literally in the perfect place at the perfect time. And $100 Steem is not that far away. You know, what would that be? What, like $20 billion market cap? Like, that is not that far. And when you think about the utility of Steem, and when you think about the transaction speeds, when you think we actually have a strong community that believes in this platform, even when it's 70 cents. Right now it's $5, and it's just amazing. I think that we're all going to be financially free eventually, and it's just going to be a great feeling. Hopefully y'all have like private islands. And I guess what keeps me going is I know that, yo, we got to keep grinding. Like we have to get as much Steem as we can until it passes like $10, and I think it's just over. Like once this all goes mainstream, I'm one of those people who I don't even want to talk about Steemit to other people, because I don't want it to blow up like that. Not quite yet. Let me become a dolphin.
Right. Yeah, I mean, of course, everything you hear on this show is strictly our opinions. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen or anything. It could go to zero tomorrow. I mean, hopefully it won't, but, you know, we can certainly be hopeful and all those types of things. But, you know, I agree with you that this is a wonderful opportunity that we all have here to be on the Steemit platform in its early stages, and to see it grow and progress over time and things. And I know I certainly feel blessed and fortunate to be here, and it's certainly wonderful. And you know, we hope, of course, we hope that things will get better. We are biased in that regard, but you know, it will be interesting to see what happens for sure.
Oh yeah, and it's all speculative, and like I'm not a professional trader or any of that, or I'm not a professional. Whatever disclaimer that people normally say,
Yeah,
that's what I am,
right.
and that's what I'm not. But yeah, it's definitely nice to see or talk about it, and uh, part of like the whole the what was the term that I missed earlier? It's called the where we were talking about like the universe, it coming back
Oh,
to you.
the law of attraction.
Law of attraction. Now I just feel like the law of attraction is working times like 10,000 with users on Steam, and so I'm sure hopefully we'll be in that top 10 eventually.
Time will tell for sure. And let's see, everybody's posting islands now in the chat.
Yo, private islands only. If we go in with 10 people, it's like 300,000. We get one like right off the coast of America, we can do it, y'all. We can name it Steemit Island, have Steam Fest there. But you have to have above like a 60 rep.
Right?
No spammers. No spammers on the island. Thank you very much.
It's the spam-free zone over here. All right, well, that's awesome. Well, again, we really appreciate you being on the show tonight, Wa Philip. And are there any parting words you want to give out there to the audience that might be listening tonight?
To the audience that might be listening tonight, especially the newer fish in the sea, I just want to let you know from the Incredible Spotty Vlogger that you just got to keep swinging. You just got to keep posting. You got to comment. You got to be genuine. You can't spam, and you just gotta be a real Steam man. That's kind of what I want to say. You know, just keep at it. If you just do what you love, because eventually somebody will take notice. And I think I saw that from Spencer, but oh well. But pleasure being on the show. I know I've been trying to get on here for a hot minute and got off of work a little early. So definitely love your show, Main Event and Snaky. Definitely gonna be excited to. I didn't realize that. I thought this was on Twitch, only on Twitch at one point. And I'm on my phone just like trying to get the Twitch to work. So I was happy to find it was on Discord. So yeah, just keep on swimming, kind of like what was it? Finding Nemo as Dory. You just gotta keep on swimming, and eventually we're all gonna grow. And I think we are all in the right place at the right time, doing the right stuff. So it's all good. It's all positivity and rainbows and upvotes.
Absolutely. And again, that is Wa Philip. Poetic Snake will share his blog post in the chat one last time. The link to his blog, so you can find him on Steemit if you'd like. And yes, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Snek, do you want to give some goodbyes?
Yes, thank you for being with us, Wa Philip. It has been a long time. We have been chatting a lot, and I really look forward to whatever you're going to do here on the platform.
Oh, Snaky, making the blush.
Oh, no.
All
you
right.
still need to name your fish.
Oh.
Snacky, too.
You know what? It didn't stick. I don't know. I started calling it Snaky Jr. I'm like, it's too long. I think it's too long.
Oh, how can you say that?
All right, Wa Philip. Well, we really appreciate you joining us tonight, and have yourself a good rest of your evening, and we will certainly see you around the blockchain.
Hey, thanks for having me. Shout out to all my vlogger guilds people. Thanks for having me again, and I will see you around as well. Peace.
All right, everybody. So that was our interview with Wa Philip. What did you think of that, Snecky?
I loved it, as always. I just like to know more about the people behind the accounts. I think it's really making it more real. You get a deeper bond.
Yeah, I agree. Like we always say, we're putting a voice to the profile, you know. Of course, adding video is the next layer above that, and then, of course, seeing them in person. But, you know, for this purpose, this is a radio show, so, of course, we're getting people to hear the voices of the people behind the profiles, and that is a lot of fun to get to know them, to find out what brought them to the Steemit platform, what they think about it, just their general opinions. And yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. Again, we of course do this show every Wednesday here on MSP Waves Radio. You can find more about that on mspwaves.com. Again, it's every Wednesday, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern or 10 to midnight UTC. And if you did miss any of the show tonight, I do post the recording on my Steemit blog. It's just Main Event, all one word, and instead of the little I in there, I have a number 1. So later in the show, I'll share my blog profile before we get going, and you can catch the recordings and support the show by checking out the posts that I do, you know, after the show. I always do a show post recap, And you can certainly check those out if you're interested. Give it a re-steam, hopefully. And yeah, we really appreciate you all joining us every week here on MSP Waves. And we got about 15 minutes left here, so we'll just kind of wind things down and kind of chat with the audience a little bit here. So, what's been going on with you lately, Snecky? Anything you want to talk about here on the show before we get going?
Well, what's been going on with Snacky? Well, I am just having a blast, reading a lot, finding new users, and trying to make them happy with my upvote at the moment, and spreading the love.
And I know you've been creating some Steem artwork lately too.
Yes, I did. Yes.
So you took the Steem logo and you kind of created some cool looking artwork, and people can certainly check those posts out as well because I thought those came out really cool.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun to do. I like to play with colors and add little splashes here and there and make something look, I don't know, more bright in a way.
Yeah, I think the Steem logo is just cool looking to me. I just think it's a cool looking image, and so when I see people create different pieces of artwork, either real or digital or whatnot, I just think it's really cool to look at.
Yeah, I agree, and the logo is easy to work with as well.
Absolutely. So yes, we had 3 guests on the show tonight, and that was a lot of fun. And if you're interested in joining us on the show next time around or sometime in the future, you certainly can. We welcome anybody here to join us on the show as long as you're a member of the Steemit community that's in decent standing. You know, of course, we don't want spammers or plagiarizers or anybody like that on the show. But, you know, if you're somebody who's genuine out there and you're on Steemit and you want to come and chat with us, we would welcome you onto the show. All you have to do is send myself a message, Main Event or Poetic Snake. You can message either one of us on Discord chat, or you can send us a message through steemit.chat as well. I do try to check that a couple of times a week just in case people are messaging us there. And you're welcome to join us on the show. And again, what we do here is we just kind of chat with the person that we bring on, get to know them a little better, find out where they're from in the world and what brought them to Steemit. Because it's always a really interesting story to hear what brought you here.
Absolutely, and they can also leave a reply on one of the show posts if they want to be a guest.
Yes, and I mean, even if you've been a guest before, I mean, we've been doing the show. Well, I started the show back in, I think, August or September, something like that. And so I've done the show every single week since then. We haven't missed one yet. And we've interviewed tons of people. Sometime I need to go back through and compile the big list of all the people that we've chatted with here on the show because it's a lot.
It would be cool to see a list like that.
I should have kept a running count of all the people, but I haven't done that. I guess I could go back through at some point and try to get the list. Maybe we'll work on that soon.
Yeah, sounds like a good plan to me.
And again, shout out to everybody who's listening in the audience. Let me run through the list one more time. I see Angel. I see Chives now. I see Creative Soul, Crimson Clad, Crystal, Saigon, Drew, Ezzy, It Is Now, Menno, Occupy Wallets, Omra Sky, Paula Jane, Pensive, Sivo, Shadows Pub, Sir Lunch the Host, Soundwaves Photon, Soy Rosa, Spencer, the Marky Mark. Welcome, Marky Mark. I didn't see you jump in. Wa Phillip, who was just on the show, and Odreu. Welcome, everybody, to the show. We're just winding things down here. We got a little over 10 minutes left of the show. And again, it's been great to have you all here with us. I hope you all are enjoying the show. Been trying to kind of think of some new things we could do with the show here in 2018, but I do like the chat format that we have going right now. Hopefully you all are enjoying it as well. If you have any comments or anything, feel free to put those in the chat, and it's always great to hear your feedback. Again, we try to just give this as a platform for all of you to share your Steemit experience with us and kind of talk about your blog. If you've got projects you want to talk about, When we've had witnesses on the show, we've had community leaders on the show. So I mean, it's really open to everybody. We've had people who are literally brand new. I know some people have joined us only after being on here a couple of weeks, and then we've had people who have been on here for almost the whole time it's existed. Like
I
Sneka.
think we.
Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you. I said we also had a guest joining us who was only here for a few days.
Oh yes, that's right. We did.
Yes, Saipan.
And I remember when you joined me on the show as a guest, you were one of the people that had been on here the longest at the time. So
Yeah, I've been here a while. Yes, absolutely.
Alrighty here. Well, yes, we've got about 10 minutes left of the show, and of course, stick around because Saipan Damashi is going to have his show on next. If you're listening to the show live right now, coming up next will be Saipan's show, and he talks about the EDM culture and music and things like that. So if that's something you're interested in, stick around here on mspwaves.com, and that will be the next show coming on the air, and it airs right after this one. Again, you can find a full listing of all of the radio shows that are a part of MSP Waves. You can just visit them at mspwaves.com. And there are shows every day. They're not all at the same time, of course. But the schedule is starting to fill up, and there's a show on every day. So you can check out the schedule, and some of them are talk shows, some of them are music related, some of them are Steemit related, kind of like this one. But there's a wide variety of content on there, and you can see the full schedule at mspwaves.com. And if you're interested in being a DJ or doing a show, you just have to, of course, have the time to do one at the same time every week, and the capability of doing voice and whatever you're trying to do. But certainly get a hold of either like Rondon or Globocop or UniWisp or anybody like that, and they can certainly get you on the process of getting a show if you're interested.
I really love the variety of shows here. It's amazing.
Absolutely. And of course, MSP Waves is part of the Minnow Support Project, and that's a community on Discord, and it can be found in the Peace, Abundance, Liberty server on Discord. And the Minnow Support Project is a great place where you can join and network and chat and learn with other members of the Steemit community. And there's lots of chat rooms within that are, some of them are content specific, some of them are geographically specific, and there's of course just the general chat, but it's a great place for you to go and chat along with other members of the Steemit community and make some new friends. I know I made lots of friends myself here, so I can speak from experience. I'm a moderator here now, and I'm certainly grateful for that and grateful to be here with all of you. And so, yeah, if you haven't checked out Minnow Support yet, it's at Minnow Support on Steemit, and it's the Minnow Support Project is the entire group's name. So certainly look into that. It's a great community, in my opinion.
In mine as well. I really enjoy it.
And let's check the time here, because we want to stick on the official timeline here. So we got just about a little over 6 minutes left of the show. So, what can we talk about here in the last 6 minutes?
Apples?
You'd always want to talk about apples.
Yeah, I mean apples. What's not to talk about apples?
Spencer Ryan wants to know if I can answer a question. Sure, absolutely. Possibly. Well, I guess it depends on what the question is. But I can try. I'll say it that way.
You can try. Yes, you can try.
I mentioned the auto votes being down. Yeah, I'm not an expert on that, but I know some of the sites and services that do, voting for people seem to be going either through some upgrades or something right now, or something's going on. I'm not an expert on it, but if anyone is in the chat room that has any knowledge of what that is and what's going on, you can certainly post it. But yeah, some of the voter sites and things aren't working at the moment, so you may or may not be getting less votes because of that. If some of the people who vote for you use those services, they may not be manually curating right now, so something to keep an eye on. Yeah, and the site, everything's kind of seems like it's been a little glitchy lately. I don't know. That's just my opinion, but it seems to be getting better And we go through this. I mean, we went through something like this a few months ago where the site was down all the time and you couldn't post half the time, or it would double post or whatever. Um, we're still in beta, with Steemit, so always keep that in mind. We're still very new with the whole just getting everything going on it. It's still new, so Sivo says that means there's a new logo coming. It's possible.
Again?
It's possible.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what happened last time.
Yes, absolutely. It did.
That's kind of how I take it now when I see problems happening. I'm always like, oh, well, hopefully that means something's getting upgraded maybe in the background. I don't know. Again, I have no inside knowledge of anything. I have no idea. So this is strictly our opinion.
Yes.
I'm just reading the chat. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, I'm sure things will improve. There are other options for accessing the blockchain. You don't have to do it through steemit.com. There are other options. I don't know what they are specifically, but if anybody's listening and they know the other options, you can put those in the chat if you want. But there are other ways to access the blockchain. You don't have to do it through steemit.com. So there are other ways. I prefer steemit.com. That's just my own personal choice.
I never logged in through another option, to be honest. I only use Steemit.
Yeah, so people have shared some of the other options in the chat, so yeah, you can certainly check it out. Oh, Marky Mark says it's because they're moving to a juicy. I guess that means it's a different type of node. So yeah, there's certainly some changes happening, and hopefully it's for the better. It might be a getting ready for more users type of thing. I don't know. Well, hopefully that's what it is.
Or getting ready for the new hard fork that is coming.
You never know. It's possible. Yep. So no, it's great to have you all here with us every week. And we really appreciate you joining us here every Wednesday. Again, this show airs live Wednesdays, 5 to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or that is 10 to midnight UTC time. So if you're listening to the recording of this on my blog and you want to catch the show live, certainly join us on Wednesday nights on mspwaves.com. You can also listen along in Discord in the Peace, Abundance, Liberty server. And it's great to have you all here with us every week. And again, if you would like to be a guest on the show, you certainly can. Just send Poetic Snake or I a message, and you can send it through Discord or steemit.chat. Or as she mentioned, I always do a show post every week after the show, and you can leave a comment or a reply on that as well and let us know that you want to be on the show, and we'd be certainly happy to have you on. Sneck just shared my blog link. Thank you. And that's where you can find the recordings for the show and, of course, the recap posts. So if you want to support the show, we always appreciate things like, re-steams and your feedback and the replies and things like that. Of course, I'm going to throw out there SP delegations are always wonderful too. But
Yes, they are.
I said it. Of course, no pressure. We are very grateful for the listeners and for everything that you all do for us. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And there's Sneck's blog link as well. And yeah, you can follow us on Steemit if you'd like, and you'll find out more about the radio show and the other things that we do. I've been doing some curation live streams lately, some gaming live streams, things like that. And of course, our artwork. She does artwork posts a lot, and her curation and everything. So we're pretty busy on the blockchain. So certainly check us out. And we really appreciate you all tuning in. So we got just under a minute or so left, Sneck. We want to say your goodbyes.
Yes, thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you to the wonderful guests who were here with us, and I hope to see you all next week.
Again, thank you all so much for joining us. One last time, MSP Waves Radio and its owners take no responsibility for the opinions or statements made by myself or my guests. Statements and show topics are not necessarily the beliefs of the radio station, and the material you hear on this show is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. Strictly our opinions. Always do your own research. We are not experts of anything.
Nope.
And this is strictly just for entertainment purposes only. But we thank you so much for joining us here on the radio show. This is the Main Event Interviews radio show on MSP Waves Radio. Find a full listing of all the shows at mspwaves.com. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, Saipan Damashi, he's going to be doing his show up next here on MSP Waves Radio. He will be coming on right after this show ends. And if you missed any of the show tonight, you can certainly catch the recording on my blog on Steemit. Thank you, everybody, and we will see you next Wednesday night here on MSP Waves Radio. Happy steaming to you. We'll see you around the blockchain. Have a great night.